Here are 11 moments in which football players saved someone's life, like Sergio Arribas, who went through the youth teams at Real Madrid and today plays in the Spanish 2nd Division for Almeria, and who saved 2 people from drowning. In 2024, he was on vacation in the Maldives, relaxing by the pool with his partner, when suddenly a woman was desperately clinging to a live buoy, while her partner was also in danger. Both had been caught in a strong current. Without hesitating, Sergio ran toward the water and jumped into the sea. He stabilized the woman and pulled her into calmer waters, and afterwards he helped her partner, who was also completely exhausted. The video showed that Arribas' quick decision and physical fitness were crucial in saving the couple from drowning. He was celebrated for it, but he himself never commented on it and only stands out through his actions on the pitch. But that was only one of our 11 moments where a football player saved someone's life. We have a wonderful action by Ronaldo, who helped this little boy continue to live, and this player, who didn't save someone's life just once, but 4 times. But first, to the moment when Simia and Gabi saved the life of a World Cup and European champion. Fernando Torres was one of Spain's most reliable goal scorers, but in 2017 a fatal duel in the 85th minute of the match. Torres fell heavily on his head and briefly lost consciousness. His teammates Simia and Gabi immediately ran to him and opened his mouth so he could breathe and so his tongue wouldn't block his airways. This was extremely important and was later praised by the club doctors. Coaches and players were shocked and the entire stadium fell silent. Torres was taken to the hospital but was already able to return home healthy the next day. He suffered no lasting damage, also thanks to his 2 teammates. But in our next moment, Maradona did something very special for a small boy with a serious illness. In 1984, Maradona transferred to Naples. It was the most expensive transfer in the world at the time, and Maradona was already the star of football we know today. In winter, a teammate approached Maradona and told him about a boy from Acera, a poor suburb of Naples. The boy suffered from a serious illness and urgently needed an expensive operation abroad, which the family could not afford. Maradona wanted to help immediately. They wanted to organize a charity match to raise money. He went to the club, but the club president strictly refused. The insurance company also refused to cover Maradona for a match outside official competitions. And what did Maradona do? He said, "Okay, I don't care what you want." And in January 1985, the unbelievable happened. On a muddy field, which some described as a potato field, a match actually took place. Maradona and a few of his teammates against a local selection. The spectators couldn't believe their eyes as the players warmed up on the muddy parking lot, and Maradona produced magic even in the dirt. On that day, reports say around 20 million lira were collected. Maradona also donated additional money, and all of that was enough to pay for the little boy's operation. One of the many reasons why Maradona is still worshipped like a god in Naples today. But we have more moments, for example this one where Ronaldo saved a young boy's life. But first, a heroic act that happened when the cameras were off. Lennart Tye was playing in the Netherlands in 2018. Years earlier he had registered as a stem cell donor, and then came the call. A patient suffered from leukemia. It's acute, it's life-threatening. And Lennart Tye was the only person who could help with his stem cells. There was only one problem. The date for the donation was exactly on a match day. Of all days against League Leader PSV Eindhoven.
Wenn man ein Menschenleben auf der einen Seite hat und, sage ich mal, ein Fußballspiel auf der anderen Seite, ja, würde ich mich, glaube ich, immer fürs Menschenleben entscheiden.
And the reaction of the football world?
En in de 11e minuut is daar het applaus voor de nummer 11 die er niet is en om zo'n goede...
During the match he missed in the 11th minute his shirt number. The entire stadium stood up. Away fans and home fans. All of them applauded for minutes for the man who wasn't there. And he was even voted man of the match without playing a single minute. At our number 7, the player became a protector, not on the pitch, but in his own home. August 2021. Gabriel Magalhaes, the tough defender from Arsenal, comes home with a friend. He parks his car in his garage, but he's not alone. 2 masked men follow him. One of them is holding a baseball bat. They want his watch, his car keys, his phone. Gabriel initially gives them what they want. He raises his hands, but then things get dangerous. The robber with the baseball bat becomes aggressive. He goes at Gabriel, waves the weapon around. And what does Gabriel do? He's a defender. He wants to defend his home with his family inside, his friend, himself. The moment the robber is about to strike, Gabriel strikes first. A scuffle begins. Gabriel overpowers the man, who is completely surprised by the resistance of the professional footballer. The robber loses his cap, panics, and flees with his accomplice. And the best part? The cap the attacker lost contained his DNA. He was caught and sentenced to 5 years in prison. But now to a man who risked his football career to save the life of a stranger. Chris Seitz was a goalkeeper in the US. In 2008, he registered as a potential bone marrow donor. Years passed, and then an email. A man named Philip, whom Seitz had never met in his life, will die. Chris Seitz is his only chance. But to get the bone marrow, drilling into the bone is required. And Chris, who as a goalkeeper falls on his hips every day, might never fully recover from the surgery and would hence risk his career. On top of that, he only had 1 year left on his contract, and because of the operation, he would miss the rest of the season.
There's things that are bigger than sports. There's things that are bigger than the current job that you have, and for me, that was one of them.
He missed the rest of the season, he risked his contract, and in the end, he saved this man's life.
Thank you is just not enough. I keep on thinking about this guy. I mean, there's not a day that goes by that we don't think about him and his family. Again, how do you say thank you?
And he recovered fully and was able to continue his career. And if you like our videos and want to say thank you, we'd be happy if you subscribe. But not all rescue actions are planned. Some happen in a split second, like our number 5. We're at Selhurst Park. It's August 24th, 2024. West Ham are playing away against Crystal Palace.
Doesn't hit it cleanly. Now Fulkrug, can he set his feet? Souček strike! West Ham!
The players run towards their fans to celebrate with them. But then it happens. A heavy LED advertising board tips forward and falls onto the ball boy. But Souček, the goalscorer who was just being celebrated, reacts first. The players push against the board with all their strength and help the boy out and comfort him until staff arrives. A scene where quick action prevented something worse. But our next moment was even more dramatic. Here, a player swallowed his tongue. March 1st, 2014 in the Ukrainian League, the top match. Dnipro versus Dynamo Kiev. The goalkeeper hits the Kiev player with his knee. He falls unconscious to the ground. He isn't breathing, but Jabba Kankava immediately runs to him even before the doctors are on the pitch. He pulls the tongue forward so the player can breathe again. And Gusev, the unconscious player, regains consciousness. The doctors who arrive later all say the same. If Kankava had hesitated for a few seconds, this could have had serious consequences. At our number 3, a superstar also prevented something worse through something he said on television. October 2005. Ivory Coast is in the middle of a brutal civil war. But on that day, the national team is playing the last decisive World Cup qualification match against Sudan. They win 3-1. For the first time in history, Ivory Coast qualifies for the World Cup. The country explodes with joy. For the first time in years, North and South celebrate together. The cameras are live in the locker room.
Ivoiriens, Ivoiriennes, aujourd'hui, on vous demande, s'il vous plaît, on se met à genoux. Pardonnez, s'il vous plaît, déposez tous les armes, faites les élections, organisez les élections, et tout ira du mieux. On veut s'amuser.
The hostile parties resume peace talks after 5 years of war, but Drogba wasn't finished yet. 2 years later, in 2007, he insisted that the qualification match takes place not in the capital, but in Bouaké, the stronghold of the rebels. It was the first time government troops peacefully entered rebel territory. The stadium was full, they won 5-0, and after the match, soldiers and rebels celebrated together in the streets. Shortly afterwards, the peace agreement was signed, also thanks to Drogba and his teammates. And now to Ronaldo, because what he did here moved everyone to tears. In 2014, a rare brain disorder was diagnosed in Eric Ortiz Cruz, a 10-month-old baby. He urgently needed an operation that could save his life, but it cost $83,000, a sum impossible for the family to raise. The family was desperate, so they asked Ronaldo for help, but not for money. They only asked for a signed shirt and a pair of his boots to auction them and maybe raise the money that way. And what did Ronaldo do? He said, okay, I'll give you the shirt and the boots and I'll pay the entire cost of the operation. But this man here, our number 1, didn't just save one person's life. He did it 4 times. Francis Koné, a striker from Togo. In this scene, we see the goalkeeper collides with the defender. Koné is quick thinking and sees that the goalkeeper has swallowed his tongue and clears his airways. And after the match, he said in an interview that it was the 4th time he did that. 4 times this man saved another player's life in exactly the same way. FIFA honored him for this in 2017 with the FIFA Fair Play Award.
The winner of the Best FIFA Fair Play Awards 2017 is the amazing Francis Koné.
And if you want to see more football videos, hey, then check out this one.